Everybody, welcome back to Inspired Dishes. Today I will be making a McDonald's version sundae or pretzel ice cream. Well, it actually just came out. I've been seeing reviews about it. I didn't try the McDonald's version. However, I said I can pretty much make it at home. Pretzel, you can use any kind, but I got the rolled gold. Better use plain, but I also tried to make a sauce, a chocolate sauce. If you have chocolate syrup, go ahead and use that. I had chocolate chips, so I wanted to use that and make it into a sauce. Okay, I'm gonna be making it the chocolate syrup. If you have chocolate chips, go ahead and use this method. If you have like cocoa powder and stuff, I'm not sure if you use the exact same method. You probably do, but yeah, I'm talking about chocolate chips. I want to use that since I already had those. So yeah, I got a little bit of water that I have on a boil, pretty much on high heat. Now I'm gonna add in my sugar. I added a little bit more. That you will see in a few minutes. I don't have an exact measurement, but just let that go to a boil as well. Okay, so about after 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to add in our milk. But in my case, I don't have milk. I have the creamer. So if you have milk, if you have creamer, go ahead and pour you some in there. Pour like half a cup, like a little bit half of the water that you put in. Put like a little bit half of that as well. If you do put it on high only for a few seconds. It's going to go all over everywhere. So right when you turn it off, because it's going to continue to cook because of the heat, you can pour your chocolate in there and like soak up all that liquid, because if you put not enough chips in there, it's going to be liquidy. Now I'm adding more chocolate chips because it wasn't as thick as I wanted it to be. Now I was thinking about making like a cornstarch slurry to make it thicker, which I didn't, y'all. So I really don't know how this will come out. It might come out okay, but I didn't do that. It still wasn't as thick as I would like it. That's why I'm going to put it in the refrigerator to see if there's a difference. Okay, now since we're finished stirring it, and we just want to pour it in make sure it's safe container because it's still hot. And after I pour it in there, I'm pretty much going to let it cool down in the fridge. Now, you see how it's still a little bit watery looking? Yeah, by me putting it in the refrigerator, it's going to cool it down. Hope that it thicken up as well. I tried to pour the chocolate on the pretzels and then put it in the freezer to melt overnight. However, a lot of them didn't even get melted on it. It's still wet. If you could buy the pretzels that's already covered in chocolate, you can use that. Vanilla ice cream, I will be using that. I will be using a little bit of my creamer to thin it out. If you have milk, you can use that instead. And I love this because it's actually 0 sugar. I will be using a little bit of caramel sauce. I'll do it's a little runny. Here I have a little bit of the sauce, a combination of like the chocolate sauce and caramel sauce, because I'm gonna I'll show you what I'm gonna do with that. And I have like some little bits. I'll show you what I'm gonna do with that. So let's get started. Now this is glass I will be using. Yeah, I wanted to put the chocolate and stuff around the rim with the sauce and then dip it with the pretzels. Oh yeah, this can actually crush it a little bit too. That's perfect. Okay, now it looks so pretty. You see how that's rimmed in the glass like that? Now I put that in the freezer for about 5 minutes in order for it to harden. So now we're gonna put on our ice cream. It's a little hard, so that's why I got the creamer in order to make it like just a little bit looser. You don't want it too loose. Okay, now I'm gonna put a teensy bit of creamer just to thin out, just a teensy bit, y'all. See? Now I'm gonna put in my pretzels. This is chocolate ones, but you just want to crush it up a little bit. Not fine, but just a little teensy bit. And I'm gonna use a combination of the regular ones as well. I'm gonna crush those up as well. First, we're going to put a little bit of caramel sauce. I'm going to add a little bit more of our ice cream. We're just going to crumble on a little bit more of the chocolate pretzel and then the regular one without the. And you got a little bit of caramel on the spoon already. We're just going to smush it in there a little bit. If you look at McDonald's, but some of it's kind of skimpy, but this other review I saw, whoever did theirs, they did a good job. Okay, we're going to add a little bit more since I did put it down, so now we have a little bit more room. Okay, now I filled it up with more ice cream. So the stuff that I chopped earlier, I'm going to try to, without wasting, put it here. Okay, made a little mess, but yeah. And I'm just gonna garnish it with a combination of the regular as well as the half chocolate. Yes, y'all, yes. Y'all seen me prepare it, so now, yeah, I'm about to taste it. And like I said, I seen this, people tasting it, and I was like, it was pretty much concerned about, like, are the pretzels gonna get, like, soggy and stuff? And some people said it was good. They still had just a little bit of crunch, and some people said they didn't. So I'm gonna taste it now, and let me eat it because before it starts melting, it's been sitting for a little minute, but it's not like having that, you know, that much. So yeah, and this with the combination with the chocolate pretzels, but half melted really, and the might be the regular ones too, but yeah, it's good. You gotta be a sweet and salty person. Me, I love foods that's sweet and salty. Salty. You can taste the saltiness from the pretzels, but the sweetness from the ice cream. And you know, vanilla ice cream is already sweet. That's why I use a little bit of the creamer. That's the French vanilla. Not that much, and you don't want to make it too watery. I tested chocolate. Now this is what it reminds me of. Actually, I made another version. Well, actually, it's the same thing, but I added Snickers. Because I'm like, it kind of reminds me of a Snicker bar, except for, you know, with Snickers, it have peanuts. And I said pretzels. Well, pretzels ain't peanut butter, but you know. But it kind of like reminds me of that. So good, y'all. Not too sweet, because like I said, the saltiness from the pretzels balance it out. Oh yeah, and as far as it still got a crunch. It didn't get soggy. Now if you wait, like let it sit in there for a long time, it's just like cereal. When you first put your cereal inside of your you know, put the milk inside of your cereal. Of course, your cereal is still like hard and tasting and got that crunch. But as time go on, if you just let your cereal or you sit there for a while, or you just eating very, very slow, of course, over a period of time, your milk is gonna like settle in your cereal. It's gonna make your cereal soggy. So the same thing with this. I feel like if you let it wait for a long time, like you take it forever, just eat your ice cream, yeah, the pretzels are going to get soggy. Now let me see if I can taste the pretzel within, like at the bottom, in the middle. I'm trying to see if I can get one. But I feel like that will determine if it, you know, gets soggy quicker. I'm trying to see if there's a pretzel in one of these. Okay, the pretzel. Okay. Now I got a combination of one that was still crunchy. That could have been one from the top. But you can tell the ones that sat to the bottom, because I actually tasted those. They did get a little soggy. There was no crunch to it, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't like, ew, get inside of my mouth. It was like that. And now, if all of them was like that, every time you put one in your mouth, it's like, But by still being some crunchy ones in here, it kind of like balances up with the ones that's not crunchy, that's a little, you know, soggy. So I would give it like a 9.5. And that 0.5 is because, you know, the ones at the bottom, it did get a little soggy. But yeah, 9.5, y'all. I was mentioning to you about peanuts. Now me, I'm not really a person that like peanuts in my ice cream. Like me, I don't too much like butter pecan. However, it's funny, you know, when the ice cream machine at McDonald's before this was working, I used to get the caramel sundae, and I used to ask them for peanuts to go on the top of it. I used to eat it like that. I'm like, okay, so I will eat peanuts. I guess I just don't like it as much in my ice cream like that. You know, it wasn't all in there. Also, too, it kind of reminds me of my grandmother. She actually passed away last year. August will be a whole year. She used to love peanuts inside of her ice cream. So, you know, I'm reminded of that. I have my moments very close with my grandmother, maternal grandmother. I was living with her at the time. Moments where I'm just, you know, sad by it. However, I thank God for his strength, because it says in the word, it's made strong in our weaknesses. So times where I'm like sad, like he cheer me up within seconds or sometimes minutes. And times where I am like grieving, he'll comfort me. And then times where I think about it, it don't bother me at all. That's God's strength. And I know a lot of people say they're looking down on me. My loved one or whoever, they're looking down on me, they're watching over me. I had to think about that. Actually, recently, I said that saying is actually false. because when the person deceased, they don't know that they're deceased. And the reason why I say that is because, say for instance, when you sleep, when a person sleep, you don't know that you're sleeping. You don't even know when you're dreaming. I don't know nobody. If it is somebody, let me know in my comment section. But I'm pretty sure when you sleep and you have a dream, you don't say, yeah, I know I'm dreaming. And then when you wake up, it's like, okay, I said that in my dream. You might say that after you wake up, yeah, that was a dream. But in your actual dream, you don't say, yeah, I'm dreaming. You don't know you're asleep. The same way with me. Like I said on my other channel, when I had the brain aneurysm, it's already passed away. And I didn't even know I was in that state. I didn't even know I passed away. So you don't know, you're not mindful that if you pass away, you're just like, you feel like you're asleep. Now, when God comes back to judge the world, because some people think when they, you know, the end of their life, it's just over with. That's it. Some people also, too, think that they automatically rest in peace. I got a video on my other channel as well. Everybody's not going to rest in peace, meaning everybody's not going to go to heaven. And also, too, once a person passes away right now or whenever it is, if God has not came back yet, they're not going to look down on you because they don't know that they're deceased. You got to stop thinking, if you're not born again, if you didn't accept Jesus Christ before you passed away, or even if you did accept him, but you decide, okay, the last bit of your life before you pass away, okay, I'm going to live ratchet again, I'm going to wretched again and do this and that, live sinfully. Like, God don't look at what you did prior to, how you were saved prior to. He looks at right now. So you got to be living right now. So we got to stop thinking that everybody that we love are resting in peace, because some people did not live their life for God. Some people did not accept Christ. It might seem a little harsh, but it's true. Sometimes the truth might hurt, and some people got to hear it. You know how some people go to the gravesite and talk to their loved one? Your loved one can't hear you. The only person that can probably hear you is God, and if you have somebody else around you. But they don't know that they're going to their day when Jesus come back, and he's going to resurrect. And like I said, the sinner's going to have judgment day, and the saints that's going to heaven, they're going to be raptured up into heaven. I'm just grateful that my grandmother did impart in me about Jesus Christ. She's the reason that I learned about him. And like it took me years later to actually know him for myself, but she was the first person that taught me about him. She did pass away knowing Jesus, serving him, and I'm very grateful. And also too, she passed away no longer being in pain. My grandmother was a person you didn't even know she was in pain, because she didn't she didn't let out that spirit, so you didn't know she was in pain. But I'm glad now that she don't have to be in pain. Like I said, I do miss her a lot, but I know that she don't got to be in pain anymore. I'm grateful that God looked out for her. So let me get off here. My thing is getting a little melted. So that's pretty much all I had to say regarding y'all. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and y'all can go to McDonald's, but y'all can make your own as well. Y'all have a blessed day.